Check, check, check. Hey, 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 howdy. Howdy, y'all. Oh, man, I wanted to start this 2 hours ago. Had a little bit of an adventure, as is always the case. My niece tried to make bacon for the first time, but she wanted the bacon quickly, so she had the heat up very high. All right, 5x5, can y'all hear me okay? Oh, man. So, all right, great. All right, let me just finish getting going here. So here is what we're fixing. And I might get a little closer view of that in a second here. So for the most part, that's what we're going to work on today. The legs are basically the only thing that I'm keeping. Oh, I need to bring the... Ah, shit. I got to go downstairs. Hold on. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Always something. Hey, zombie. I will show you my wood. Nice, Sniffer. Thank you for keeping me updated. We're doing some 3D printing with this because I made a jig, which I can no longer look at. Oh, here, that's over here. I made a jig very quickly last night to do counterbores into the replacement of these things. So that's pretty exciting too. And I just have a bunch of 3D printed stuff in general. Okay, I gotta go get the plywood that I left downstairs. All right. Okay, where is it? Focus. Okay. All right. All right. Howdy, howdy. So, yeah, this is the piece. World's worst chunk of plywood, but whatever. That'll work for us. Is there anything that I can use that's better? This is kind of better. Maybe work. Something that's going to hold nails just a smidgy bit better. Oh, it's not that thick. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. What is it? This is ACX probably? No, this is kind of the same shit. I guess it's a little better. It doesn't, it's going to be covered, right? It doesn't need to be good. It just needs to take some screws. I'm just worried about this other one. It would be fine. Probably. Although I have the 1/2 inch stuff. It's a little better. Oh, what's up? Okay. My niece is waiting for a delivery. She's like, hey, if you see the UPS truck, can you let me know? It's supposed to be in 30 minutes. All right, I bet you'll still see it before I do. Been using it as a work office and gym. Nice. That sounds pretty fun, though. Work on that. Yeah, I can maybe think about doing this. We'll keep this aside. Make the whole thing lighter. This is a big chunk. Okay, so What we have is a 1x3 by 6 foot piece of S4S plywood. Got to get in some heat too. Dude, I want to figure out heat in here too, actually. Very much. The problem is the heater that I would want is 240 volt. And we technically have 240 volt, but it goes to my brother's electric guitar, or the guitar car. I should be skipping the song. Oh, there it is. I might skip like 6 songs to be honest. Yeah. Okay, so the sides and did I break it completely? Now we're just not going to play music? This is cool, but it's delayed. All right, hold on. Something's always broken. Got to boil it right next to you. Oh, probably needs a radio. There we go. Fair. Play, wiener. There we go. Hey, sleep token. Hey. Okay, so I'm reusing the legs, but everything else is going. And what I might do that I haven't decided yet is I might actually sand these down and paint them, because I kind of hate the stain that's on them, because I hate stain. But how this is actually put together, these are, hold on, I'll show you, is originally, best I figure, is that it had these pieces connected to the corners like this, and that's where the legs would mount. This is MDF, which is so spectacularly a bad choice. I don't even understand how it happened. So, that's a thing. At some point, somebody tried to fix it and used, I think this is just pine, but they did a poor job. And then a while ago, I 3D printed these brackets. But today, I'm like, man, you know what? I think that instead of having them 3D printed, I think I do want to make them out of wood. Just because then it's a little bit more of a thing. Not that I feel like it's going to outlive me anyway. All right, but that's the plan. So these are garbage. I just wanted to be able to show them. This one's also like some like the crappiest old piece of wood. Just crazy. I don't understand. What I need, actually, oh, I can put this one behind. I might give you guys a little bit of a closer look here, probably, I think. What do you think? Realize how far away from the camera I am now? I did not, Martin, I did not. We had some stuff going on. Jasmine tried to burn down the house. I do have a piece that I wanted, but that one I could pick up much closer. I actually wanted to do, oops, okay, broke it. Actually, I wanted to grab stuff. But no, the plywood that I wanted to get is an hour away, so I didn't have time today. I'm probably going to pick it up tomorrow or Monday. Probably Monday, actually, thinking about it. Anyway, so what I have to work, but I can prep that one, which is what I'm going to do today for sure. Okay, so yeah, pretty much just keeping these legs and probably also going to sand them down. And then what I need to rebuild then are the, come on now, the curtain here, these pieces, and then these brackets. It's going to be a little tricky because I don't have a drill press. A drill press would make this easy. I don't have a drill press. I brought my... All right. There we go. But no, I found Spartan ply, which is apparently just as good as Baltic birch, or like a Baltic birch competitor, but it's an hour away, which is fine. I just hadn't have time today because it's an hour away. Okay, this is... Oh, there's a screw in there still. Oh, technically screws in here too. I can see them. All right. Okay. Let's give you all a different angle here. All right. Whoops. Doing what I can with what I got. So I guess I could switch to the tabletop one. Should I do that? Hey, Cleopatra! If we've shifted to woodworking around here. Tell you what, man. This is going to be the third one. And the second one where I'm actually going to be cutting wood. But that's what it is. All right. Yeah, I'm going to swap to a different camera angle here. Guys, better view. All right, we're going to go flying for a second. Nice, zombie. I'd be thrilled to see what you do with that, man. Because, tell you what, there's a million 3D printable things and kind of like a lot of space for more, I think. Kind of a lot of space. That's my estimation, I guess. But all right, how do you think about this camera angle? I do love building a cabinet, though. Probably the number one thing that I build, really. Okay. Yeah, I could totally build some content. And also, if you start to produce items like designs, I think that could go a long way to getting more people in, right? Camera angle looks good. All right, so this is what we're fixing. It's this old, I cut out this so that I could try to sort of figure out what fabric I had before and then also what filling we had before, and then also this stuff is why I have the square out here. First thing I need to do is take all this off and then just strip the whole damn thing. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to need a star drive and a screwdriver. Yeah, right. Yeah, dude. Which I get, but yeah. I wonder if this is going to work, actually. These are kind of like in there. Well, it might. Can I? No. Okay, I might have to get like a hand screwdriver because these are too far in. That's going to maybe not bode great for later. Hold on, can I like... Is this going to fit in there? No. It might give me just a little bit of space, though. Ooh. Okay, that worked. All right, cool. So then, I need star drive, probably the small one. Because these are replacement screws, I think, for the most part. Oh, nope, it's not, actually. I thought it was. These are a regular Phillips head. How'd you fall out? All right. Oh, I managed to get my head in front of the camera. Oops. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. So my plan for these guys is actually to cut a piece pretty close and then actually use this as a template on the router because it has this sort of decorative wave to it, and I can't do that very easily with the equipment that I have. So I'm going to actually see if I can do it that way, and I think that'll work just fine. Always working mode. How you doing, DK? All right. So this would be then the fourth kind of screw that I've seen come off this thing. it's crazy. Oops. Breaking stuff. Yep. There we go. All right. But yeah, well, I mean, so yeah, no, I think that Zombie, if you do designs though, just in like even the most simple of things, I think that that could really grow an audience. I think. That is my estimation. Also, it's 3 o'clock right now, and we've done daylight savings time, so it's going to get hour in like a dark. It's going to get dark in like an hour. So that'll be fun. And luckily luckily it's pretty warm out. It is 60 degrees right now, and the wind isn't too bad, which is pretty nice. So I can actually have the garage doors open. Oh, boy, that's so straight. Jeez. What's happening? All right, whatever. Looks like it was glued a little bit too. Good. Ah! Oh, man. Yeah, and then this is split, because of course it is. Again, it's all MDF, so it's just garbage. But I actually got a piece of poplar, and I think that'll work. It'll work really well if I want to paint it and or stain it. Poplar's not a very pretty wood when it comes to just its natural grain, but it's cheap. Well, in a matter of speaking, as cheap as wood is these days. This whole 1x3 by 6 foot piece was $9.99. Fucking $10. It's crazy to me. My initial thought was that I was going to actually try to get a raw slab, and then I was actually going to mill it up. But that was would be if we would have started much earlier. So. Probably. Let's see what we got. Taiwan, Bernard's Inc. and Shingmark Enterprise. Nothing about a year. This label is affixed in compliance with the Upholstered and Stuffed Articles Act. Okay. It also has French on it. Yeah, Bernard's Incorporated. Not to be removed until delivered to the customer. It has a pretty 1980s look. And it's crappy MDF. Really, no, people just, that's gonna fucking happen. 49 out there? It's a little colder. That's interesting. Want to get a hybrid woodworking 3D printed furniture? Same. Yeah. Same, man. Well, like I said, I've got these 3D printed parts, and which are fine, but I think that I want to make them out of wood. Also think that I have enough of the poplar here to do so. And then what I also want to do is I have Raylan style bits that I want to test out for a different project that'll come up next week, probably. Oh, yeah, those screws just fell out. All right, great. Okay. So, let me finish taking all the screws out of these. This just doesn't fit in there? Oh. What? What? It fit in every single other hole. What in the world? Oh, that's so... No, replacing this with new parts. Basically, the only thing I'm saving are the legs, because that's hard shape to make. These are MDF. Actually, this one's not. Wait a minute. This is MDF. This is... Maybe this was a replacement. That's weird. Because this is wood. This is MDF. And these are all MDF. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe it was already replaced. Looks like they did a pretty good... Oh, yeah, different color and everything. Oh, I never realized that until just now. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a different stain on it. All right, cool. Oy. Yeah, right. Back in my day. Oh, man. All right. I need to go get a hand screwdriver here. Way on the corner back here. I don't got a bunch of shit in the way. But as every other time, if you guys have any questions about this or woodworking in general, I'm perfectly happy to answer. And slammed it for being expensive and then bought expensive version. Yeah, DKB, that sounds about right. Man, this is also too big. What the shit? All right, well, hold on. A smaller screwdriver, it seems. Do I have a smaller Phillips head? This isn't small, it's probably long enough. Try it. These are also, all the screwdrivers are also my brother's and not mine. Mine's all downstairs. Just kind of want to get new screwdrivers. Like a, these are what I'm going to have for the rest of my life style of, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's 6. It's also like partially stripped. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this drill too, actually. This is another, like, if I had a drill press. Problem is that even if I was gonna get a piece of equipment, first thing I would get would not be a drill press. Probably get like a bandsaw. Yeah, no, Martin, I have. Actually, for wood particularly, because sometimes people will just be like, hey, this is a bunch of scrap wood, somebody come grab it. And I've gone out to a couple places, but I've been beaten. Someone got there first. But I have been looking at stuff. Some of it is just like real old, where to the point where I get worried about how well it's been upkept. I think I saw a drill press for like $50. Oh, no kidding, DQB. Yeah, that'd be great. Man, this is... Oops. Okay. Come on. I guess it's fine if the screw's inside of it, so long as it's not poking out the back. And if it just sits there for a while to be recycled, that sounds way better than the recycling centers that we have. Our recycling centers just recycle it straight away. It doesn't matter how good it is. And it's illegal to take it. You can get in trouble. Oh, I can't even get a grip on that. Oh, no. That sucks. We are rehabbing a chair, well, like a footstool. It came with a vanity that my niece had. Yeah, I can't even get that. I guess I don't need 2. But they really match this really close, though. How interesting. Huh. I guess now that I look at it, not nearly as close as I thought, but...
It seems we have a new follower.
All right, well, I can just call this one a loss then, and maybe do it otherwise. And these should be symmetrical. Oh, they're not symmetrical, though. Oh, these are also both different. What the hell is happening? Look, you see that? What is happening? And that's not both ways. It's messed up both ways. All right. Ay. Put these screwdrivers back. Well, I guess I'll leave them out just in case I need it. Nope, I found the other screwdriver that I've been looking for. There we go. But I calibrated the table saw. It is now, should be pretty spot on, man. Pretty spot on. As long as I didn't fuck it up, which is possible. New follower just popped. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you. It should have popped up on screen, did it not? That'll be yet another thing that is broken with the bot. It did pop up on screen? Then yeah, I just missed it. I didn't hear it either, actually. Did you guys hear it? Yeah, all other alerts should be on there. They might just be quiet. You guys did hear it. That's weird. I didn't. All right. Well, so long as we're checking for... These look like they're all the same. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I think that what I'll end up doing with these is actually sanding them down and probably painting them. I tend towards darker colors, but it'll be up to my niece. The legs are fine. The legs are hardwood. They've got 1/4-20 inserts in them. We're all good. Oh no, Sai. Yeah. Gosh, that's awesome. Loosening up. Getting there. Okay. But I'm sure you're sore as hell now. All right. So we can get the legs out of there. And then I'm going to take off all this scrap. But first, I want to look at these still. Okay. So these aren't. Okay. I need this one. But you could make them look even better. Well, yeah, by sanding them. I guess I'm inclined for. So the holes line up. It's just everything else is off kilter. What a goofy thing. What is this song? Here we go. Yeah. Honestly, looking at it, if I would have realized that these aren't symmetrical, I might have done a 3D printed something instead of trying to replicate it. This one's got some bend to it. Oh, this has got more bend, I think. Yeah. I think we'll do these two. Hi. Say again? I didn't see it. Sometimes it can be wrong. That's the thing. Where's my package at? Yes. All right. Nice, DKB. That'll be really good for you, dude. Hell yeah. Finally. Okay. I'm gonna label these. Grab my Milwaukee Inksol. This thing is fucking awesome. You expect everything to be IKEA priced? Yeah, right? Yeah. And then the other two, oh, scrappy. Oh, that's why it came in the mail. Yeah. Jeez. Oh, boy. All right, now I need to grab a knife very quick. Screw my process. Okay. So now we get to get all this off. I kind of just want to see what we got going on inside. Boy, this tear-resistant fabric is tearing very easily. Oh, remind me to show you the paint job that I did on the piece that we worked on last time, because yeah, remember how I said that I did it at night? It does not look good. Anybody wondering about the music? This is, as best I can describe it, dance metal. Why is the fabric you just removed to put on chairs in the first place? For dust. So strictly speaking, this doesn't need it. It just also looks a little bit better than bare particle board, which is what it would have there otherwise. But yeah, for dust, pests, right? So much less likely to get insects or other animals up there. We'll get a sharper thing. Now I want to play Cyberpunk. I get to drop my phone and get stuck in there anyway. Okay, well. This feels a little bit like I'm cleaning a deer. Okay, what I was looking for specifically is the bevel on the edge of these. Bunch of dust on there. Hi, what's up?
Okay.
No, you're good. The camera's right there. I'm using my phone. They can hear you, but they can't see you. Okay. Okay. If I see it, I will let you know, and then maybe we can contact them and let them know that it was spotted over here. You're welcome.
Don't let them get out of your sight.
My niece apparently found a flyer of a missing cat. Wanted to make sure that I was aware of it in case I saw a cat. All right. Okay. What's that? Oh, it was put in the mailbox? Oh, okay, so she saw, gotcha. Yeah. Oh man. Ugh. All right. This is taking too long. Ah. All right. Bullshit. Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, this is the very little bit of padding that was on there, and I haven't gotten padding yet. I've been looking to try to find stuff as kind of as cheap as I can, and when you get it, frequently comes in like a big roll that I do not need. All right, so I can throw this away too. I'm not sure how thick I should get for the new thing too, actually. That thing is like maybe a ½ inch. So I don't know if I want to go like super thick with it, make it super comfortable. Look at all this, that's crazy. Whew. Ah, get out of here. Okay, so this away. Yeah, the degrading foam is just gross. it's just gross. All right. So Well, this I think I already cut before, but I'm going to take a look at this bevel. I'm going to get some 3D printed bits that I have on there and see what's on there. And that's an operation we're going to do today. Actually, I'm going to put this away real quick. All right. I gotta find it. Okay, here we go. So these are some templates that I had made a while ago. That's a 1/2 inch. Yeah, probably about a 1/2 inch. Gonna try 5/8 just to take a look. 5/8 looks like it's too much, but it might be what I want to do on the new one. To be honest, I'm gonna do 3/4. If I can find it. Yeah, let's figure out 3/4. So the operation when we get there is going to be on the router table, which is now all set up. I forgot that you guys hadn't seen that yet. But it'll be on the router table, and I have a bit that will ride along this edge, and I'll just take that edge and run it along there, and it'll then match this profile, which will be great. And then this will probably burn. That part's the garbage. All right. Hey, Jody, how you doing? Oh, man. So, hey, see, Kraken, I did not, because I was busy trying to get this going. I had wanted to get it going at like 1, but Niffler did keep us updated on the happenings. Love the apron thing. It's just an apron, yeah. It is. Actually, I also love this apron. Actually, it's got like holsters for all my favorite things. So I got my marking knife right there, and a nice big leather thing. I don't know if you can really see it. And then on the other side, we've got my holster for the square here, which I again love. Just has all sorts of handy pockets, and I can like wipe glue on my butt. On my stomach, I don't know, I said butt, without worrying about messing up a shirt, which will otherwise often happen. Okay. So, first thing that I want to do then is get my pieces cut to length, and then I can rip them to width, and then... oh, really, Jody? That's awesome. Hell yeah. Wow. Good for her. Damn. That's crazy. Someone has like a weird... Oh. Oh, okay. I see. Jeez. All right. Well, anyway. Yeah, it's a footstool. It started whole. I've since stripped it. All I'm keeping is the legs. Everything else is getting remade. These were part of the original. So what happens... with how this works is you have these set up here like this, right? And then there's holes through here that then connect these aprons to the top or the bottom. And then we have these brackets. I'm going to grab one of the original crappy little ones. There we go. They then have these brackets that then are screwed in through there. And then these go in with 1/4-20 screws to be put on there. So that is how, yeah, we'll be upholstering it. The little bracket. And I've got these 3D printed ones that I don't think I'm going to use. I actually want to see if I can make it out of wood instead. The problem is I don't have a drill press, so it's going to be a little tricky. We'll see how well I can do. But, so I'm going to be remaking the aprons and the brackets. All right, so... drill press front to end. I was just saying that earlier. The thing with the drill press is that even if I was getting a new tool, drill press probably wouldn't even be the first one. I'd probably get a bandsaw first. I mean, a drill press would be nice, but It's just I can make do without it more than I can other tools. Anymore. All right. Oh, gosh. Okay. Put this over by the router table. So now, okay, so we're going to measure these. Grab paper. Food/bill/hobbies fund. I mean, I think I made a. Oh no, it's not going to work. Never mind. I had a command, but it's not going to work because the bot's currently broken. So I'll save that for later then. I can put this aside. So let me do a little math. All right. So these are each like 2 3/8 tall, and what I have is 3-inch. How tall are these? Just a little proud of that. Yeah, just okay. Like just proud of 13 3/4. Like, how particular do I want to be there? Yeah, and like 10/16, or not even. That's not right. It'd be 19 30-seconds. All right, 2 at 13 3/4. These are 10 1/4. 2 at 10 1/4. And then long edge to long edge. Man, I realize how small these are. It's gonna be tricky to cut. And here I was gonna say only if you were gonna give it away now. Wait, what? Oh, give it away now. Got it. Yep. Yeah. Well, I have 6 feet, so this is what? So we're on that to 24, 48. Yeah, so I have plenty, but not enough to redo all of the brackets if I need to. Let's do. I have 6 feet of poplar. Yes, I have a 1 by 3 by 6 foot section of poplar, and by 1 by 3 I mean 3/4 and 2 1/2. Because that's how wood works. I know you're making a joke about my actual feet, like at the end of my legs, but I decided to answer that earnestly instead. Okay, I'm going to count that at 3 1/2. So I have just a little bit of extra meat to work with when I cut them. Okay, so I have a chop saw, and that chop saw sucks. So what I think I want to do is actually do this on the band saw, or the band saw, the table saw, with my. Oh yeah, I'll be back for a while. With my crosscut sled, probably. Hopefully that'll be square enough. Okay, let's get that set up. Now I'm gonna have to move y'all around again. Get you set up over by the table saw. All right. Here we go. Come on now. I realized just now that there's a chance that the wood is going to run into the camera stand. Huh. What do I do then? Let's move it around like this a little bit. Yeah, I like that angle. Now you can see my table full of shit. It's fine, don't worry about it. Man, this is so tricky because I'm looking at a feed that's delayed by quite a bit. So I'm making an adjustment and then trying to see where it's at and then going from there. All right. If I can see it. Okay. So first things first, we got to take off the fence. And get the table saw sled on the table saw. Okay, and then I'm going to knock some stuff over. Nailed it. All right. So, I'll take some of this stuff off. All right. So, I'm going to mark my piece. Yeah, actually, I guess I can veer off this side. I didn't need to move the camera, but I don't mind this camera angle. Okay, so what do I need here? 13 3/4. 13 3/4. All right. That's why it's nice to have that little pocket in the apron. Okay. So, I don't know if y'all, how much everyone knows, but I can talk about why I'm using the crosscut sled. The miter saw that I have is old, and for the life of me, it's old and cheap. That's the problem. For the life of me, I cannot get it to get square and stay square. So my cuts are not at a perfect 90. So a lot of times, instead of doing that to make crosscuts, I will do my crosscut sled, and that just gives me a nice, safe place to hold my workpiece as I'm making that cut, right? If you imagine trying to just like hand do this through the blade, that's not going to work out for me, right? That's going to be terrible. I'm not going to be able to keep it straight, let alone keep it safe. Just get the dust collection going. So that's why we have and use table saw sleds. Ow! God damn it. Pop myself in the face. All right. Also, an important part is plugging the saw in. By the way, I've heard. I lubed up everything on the table saw, so it really smells right now. Being straight is overrated. You know what? I don't disagree. All right, grab some water quick. And then we'll get going. Okay. Hey, Bodo, how you doing? Man, I just adjusted the... Hold on. I've got my iPad here so I can read chat and was getting the glare. There, oh, now I can see. There we go. All right. Okay. So... And actually, I do cross-cutting on my table saw so much that I just keep a cross-cutting fine-tooth blade on it. Okay. Oops, that's way over there. God damn it. All right. Vacuum going on. Remeasure here. Line this up with my kerf line. And saw coming on. Boy, popper cuts really nice. Wait for that saw to stop moving. Actually, going to leave that fan on because I'm going to make this next cut right away. Well, and look at like that cross-cut thread produces a really clean. So what I'm doing now is instead of measuring, I'm just using my piece that I just made. I'm just using that as a reference. That way, even if it's off a little bit, they'll both be off by that little bit. And stop going on again. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. What I want for my next thread, I should say, is to have much more of a micro adjustment system. Okay. Boy, actually looking at it, I almost feel like I should have trimmed that edge to be cut instead of open like that. We now have two identically long pieces. Perfect. Put that on. I'm going to measure my next two pieces. Oh, you know what I'm going to do first? Actually, is just cut that schmutz off that I just made. So I have an uneven edge. Oops. There's break the edges. And what was that other measurement? 10 1/4. This guy. Hopefully that vacuum's not too bad. Let me know how the sound is. It is a Freud blade, yeah. Or no, it's a Diablo blade. Diablo. The other red one. I don't know how much you can hear me with the shaft vac going right now. This is okay. I actually want to make a new one. Very much want to make a new one. No? Alright, can you hear me fine? Okay, great. Yeah, I wasn't sure on that. Alright, so same story. We're going to line this one up with the edge. Make that mark. And use the already cut piece as a reference rather than trying to measure. Reduces opportunities for error, which are on me. Yeah, they're right. I mean, that's what we have available here, really. Yeah, we're just rebuilding a crappy old footstool, which was mostly MDF. Hopefully we'll make it a little better. Alright, here we go. Can you hear when the blade's going? That'd be interesting. Alright, so those are the aprons, and now, what's the total length of this? Yeah, so I've got 23.5 inches left. That should be right. Are we shaving wood? I mean, technically yes, just very fast. I'm going to cut the edge off of this, make that nice and flush. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's other blades that I'd prefer to have on here, really, but... So, those other pieces... where'd she go? 3.5. I will have just enough with what we have. But yeah, just rebuilding it out of poplar, and probably painting it. It's sort of not up to me about how it's going to be painted, but just a little bit bigger than what I need because we have to miter these, and that's going to be a whole operation by itself that I have to figure out how I want to do. I do have a miter sled for this, but like, it's just a miter sled. I hate miter sleds. Hey, playing the numbers game? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Good. But no, I want to redo it minimally. I still want to have like these edges be a different shape. I don't need them to be quite as hard as they are. This could probably be a little bit smaller. Also, I want horizontal T-track for hold downs, and maybe some other features too. But yeah, I want to rebuild and make a new one that'll hopefully be just a little bit better. I do like that I have one. I just wish it was better. But this is also now 5 years old, 6 years old. Okay. So much time in the toilet spent editing. Yep, I understand. I very much understand. All right. Like this, for example, this is about as close as I really care to get to a blade. If it was any smaller, I would really want to have a proper hold down on there. And just be easier to have T-track going this way to do so. Why is it Betometrics? Yeah, no, I mean, that's sort of always the experience that we had, doing stuff with Carlin Brothers and whatnot. Like, you'd spend so much effort on a video being like, yeah, man, this one's going to do great. And then it's like significantly below average. And then some other video that you poop out as fast as you can because the other idea that you had didn't work ends up just going crazy. With a bandsaw, do I prefer portable or stationary? I mean, I'd love a gigantic stationary one, but it's a matter of space more than anything, and cost, right? But I mean, I don't know. Because if I had a bandsaw, what I could do is, like, if I cut somebody's tree down, for example, I could then turn that into usable lumber, which is easier to do on a bandsaw. Or I could resaw. Oh my God, I could resaw. That'd be good. And resawing, for anybody that does not know, is when you cut a piece down this way, right? So if I did a resaw on this, I'd cut this right down the line this way, and then I'd be able to bend it down twice as much, or blade, depending on what I'm trying to do. The reason why I wouldn't want to do that on a bandsaw is, number one, how high the blade gets, and then also the blade on a bandsaw is much smaller, and what's the kerf, this space that the blade leaves, right? Because even if when you're cutting it, some of that material is gone. It is sawdust. So it has a much smaller kerf, so you're wasting less material. Yeah, because it was sketchy as hell. Yeah. I've tried it. Actually, one time I tried it, thinking that I was going to be okay, and the blade didn't go up past the center line of the piece that I was trying to resaw, and the only thing that I had to get there was a sawzall, so I resawed with a sawzall. Don't do that. Talk about wasting material. Okay, here we go. Yeah, a pucker your butthole moment, right, man? Yeah. Yeah. Just like, all right, this can go poorly. Let's hope it does not. Oh, I know what I should be doing. How many tools did I have? Probably could have done this earlier. That's right. As long as I'm making repeated cuts. With my Jonathan Katz Moses. Get on someone's throat creep. Oh no. That would very much be a puck in your butthole moment, huh? Adjust this. Look at the countersinks. Yeah, the countersinks I want. He also has that table saw sled jig. That's the one that's probably the reason, really, that I haven't made a new table saw yet, because I really think that I want to use that, because it would just save so much time and it'd be way more square. And this thing is better than other, but it is not as perfect as it may be. But no, all of his stuff is good. I think he does great work, man. Never mind just that his videos are good, but what happened to the top of this? Uh-oh. No! I hate having an exposed eraser. This is an expensive pencil. Son of a bitch. God damn it. It'll come off in my thing? Mother trucker. Let it fall off onto the saw and then go into the kerf and then get sucked up by the vacuum. I also want to get like proper dust collection rather than just a vacuum. There's all kinds of shit that I covet. Alright, well now that I've done half of these, let's do 2 of these faster. Alright, here we go. Micro adjustment thing. Get the lid going. Okay. And that's my left over. So these need 45-degree bevels on them. Figure that out. A little extra piece of poplar. Okay. So, I think that concludes our... Where did I put my... Ah, those are fun. Oh, that's what I see them now. I also want one that's going to be able to hang on the wall. It's also what I want. Yeah. Yep. Speaking of making a new table saw sled. Boy. Well, these still have to be cut again, but geez. All right. One what second? The table saw sled that I have. Yeah. Because it's just fucking big and heavy. I wouldn't mind making one that would be lighter, but also, I don't know, 3/4 ply so it can be more stable. So I don't know what I'd build that out of. Like, I've seen ones where people have a nice layer of Formica on it, and that stuff is spectacular. Okay, so well, here, let's take a look at what we got going on with these guys. Take a look at Okay, so this is the shape. And what I'm going to do, I could actually plane these down, but I'm actually going to leave them the size that they are just for a little bit of extra. A little bit of extra. Yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm essentially going to use this as a template on the router. And we'll just duplicate this shape exactly. And the same thing then with the longer ones. Does she want the same shape? She's getting the same shape. This is actually just, oh no. It's like a hair short. It'll be fine, but it annoys me. Well, it's actually, I said, you know what I said when I had made that measurement? That I was just a little bit proud of 13 3/4. So that's my bad. Yeah, that's the same. Okay. All right. No, I don't think that she would care really. And what I maybe could have or should have done is made a 3D printed template that I can then use for these guys, you know? Because of the Holden launch, when it did lift off, there was a cruise ship blocking the view of everyone on the beach. Oh no! That's awesome. There's some bewildered sailors going, what the hell? We're under attack! Actually, they probably knew what was going on. They probably were like, and off to your left. You know? Okay. So there's a couple of different ways to do this. I have my dad's old Incra miter sled. So I can do two things. I can either move the blade to be at a 45 this way, and then cut them like this, right? Or I can have this here like that, and put this at 45. I'll probably clamp that. And then make the cut. Oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. Yep. There we go. And then make the cut like this, right? Boy, even more. Oh, how far out can I get that? Okay, I guess that'll work. A little dodgy. Off to your left is a very large firework. Yeah, this is again where I wish that I had. Actually, speaking of things that I would get, I'd probably get a miter saw that was worth a damn. So what I have to do then is raise that blade up pretty high. Also, this isn't like a little wobbly. Facebook Marketplace? Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that. Actually, I've got my old router table. I don't know if you guys can see it here. No, you can't, but it's just off screen. My old little like bench top router table, that's a piece of garbage because my dad gave me his old Craig one. Since he's not able to do woodworking anymore, really, because his arthritis has gotten so bad. Okay. So the Incra miter saw, yep. This thing has. I actually hate this system. I know a number of things have it. So what it is, it's a split washer, like a nylon washer, and then it has a screw with a flat head on it, and essentially just the further you drive that screw in, the more that washer spreads, and then you're able to then have that sort of lock in, because you don't want any play back and forth, right? I'm sure you can hear that. So I want to see if I can figure that out. The Bosch router table, like, is on the floor. Yeah. The I've used it a couple of times, but it really is crappy. It's even the nicer one, but I hate it. All right. Well, let's get that one away. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, that's fucking stuck, dude. Holy shit. Hold on, let me see if I can undo it and then tighten it. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? Oh, I feel like I'm gonna break my Allen wrench. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Boy, I might have to maybe lubricate that or something. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do actually. I don't know if that's why it's getting stuck. Oh, it's stuck here too. Okay. Just undo all these. Actually, that's what I'll do. All right. Come here. Don't break my wrench. Oh, jeez. Okay. Before I scratch myself on that. Also, I oiled this, so when I bring it up and down, you guys can't. Well, not oil, I guess. I lubed it, so it does not make annoying squeaky noises. All right. What does this look like underneath? Let's take the whole thing out.
It seems we have a new follower.
Okay, so that's not very long. Okay, yeah, and there's that. Yeah, that nylon split washer, like I said. So then, see how far I can get this in there. Well, actually, you know what? I've got that lubricant. It's just over here still. Hit it with a little bit with this. Just a little bit with that dry lube. Okay, that was more than I wanted. All right. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay. Let's see how far this goes down without that there, right? Am I running up against a physical limitation of the thing? I'm not. Okay. I can go down much farther than it has been. It's just the nylon itself. Okay. Well, then what I'm going to do is actually lubricate all of them like I just did that one. Welcome on in, Spenzo. How you doing? All right, so let's get all these off. Yeah, and I mean, this is another piece that is just like this is a thing I'd like that to be better. But I don't really use it that much. And it would be nice to have even like a table saw sled or jig that is a little more robust as well. Okay. Oops. Fixing up my Incra miter gauge. Go. Now that's going in much easier now. Yeah, I think it's just the rub that wood. Got it. Goes to makers and crafting. Then you saw woodworking and you're like, hell yeah. There's not enough people that do it. And honestly, after doing it, I get it. It is tricky. I wish that I had a million cameras and all kinds of stuff that I could do. But yeah, we do a fair amount of gaming here, but we'd also do some making for sure. All right. Usually 3D printing, but we've been getting into this. This is my third woodworking stream now. And I really enjoy it. Next one will probably be it's hard enough without trying to record it. Yeah, right, brother? But maybe put paste wax along this too, actually. One thing at a time. Yeah, it's just, if I had a bunch of cameras and stuff, it would be great. I'm using my phone as a camera. We're just testing it out, seeing how much I like it, seeing how much the community likes it. So far, I've gotten a lot of really good feedback from the community. So we'll see what we end up with. I would love to add some features too, like if we had like a song request, that would be awesome. Where am I based out of? I'm in Illinois right now. All right, so let's see how much I can take that gigolo. Oh man, I still feel like I'm gonna break this thing. All right. Okay. Huh? Have I gotten any bad feedback from anything you do? The non-feedback is what I get. If I get if also in that regard, if I ever do something and you like it and you want me to do more of it, fucking say it, message me privately if you want. Yeah, 100% Wolfie, right? Hey, Natty Work, how you doing? This is now a spiral. I have broken this. No shit. Huh. Okay. Well, what now? That's unfortunate. Do I have a bit that would fit that? Probably not. Probably not. Just try to get it with an impact wrench. Yeah, we have a whole channel in our Discord for, as we call it, Makerspace. Right, so we have a fair few people that are making things. Okay. Well, what now? I don't want that to have play. Harbor Freight Allen keys? No, expensive Allen keys. It's got so much play in it. I mean, I can still try to use this and just call it a loss, but gosh, that sucks. I think if I can do anything to relieve that stress. No, not really. Boy. All right, well. Yeah, buy Harbor Freight next time, right? Yeah, Louis Vuitton. Oh, jeez. It's moving, but I'm just twisting it more. Okay, well. What do I want to do then? Let's see if I can take out this other one. Damn. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of this in a second. It's gone. There's less play, but there's still enough play that I hate it. Okay, I don't even know if I can get that side anymore. Come on. There we go. Oh no! I didn't think about that as a possibility. It just broke, the tip of it just broke off in that screw. Like completely flush. Oh no. Okay, well. Huh. Yeah, so anyway, a new miter sled. Or a miter gauge, really. I took away the most of the play, but that sucks, dude. That is perfectly flush. I've got a screw extraction kit. What I'll probably do is what I'll probably do is hit this with my drill and turn this into a slot screw. But that sucks. Right. As good as it's gonna get. That is the sketchiest shit I've ever even thought about doing. No, sir. I don't like it. Big honkin' Magnemite grab it? It might, actually, yeah. Yeah, the snap off. Heard of snap on? This is snap off Allen key. All right, well, what sucks is that it kind of ruins the whole set, too, right? Damn it. Okay, well. I'm trying to think. I mean, I could grab a playing card and try to shim it that way. I don't know if it'll have the same movement. Or I can just try to sort of, as I'm doing it, try to push it up against the right side. Okay, well, I have to put miters on both sides of these small pieces. And the problem is, there's not much meat. So I'm going to clamp it for sure, but I also have to make sure that I've got a clamp that's not going to then get in the way of the blade. Get some options here. This guy might work. Oh, you know what? I've got these little C-clamps. These could... Actually, C-clamps probably work fine. Oh, I know. Listen. These little crappy Bessie things that I don't use. Okay, let's see what we got. I can already see that this is too big. Okay. I can do it this way here. That is going to be the comfiest for me. By the way, for anybody wondering about this, my miter saw sucks. That's why I'm doing this. I can't get it to do 90, let alone 45. I mean, sure. Incoming! See how that works out for us. Problems. But more or less max out. Hey, welcome on in, Raiders. How you doing? Hold on, my thing's far away. Here, Tissa, thank you very much for the raid. What are you guys doing today? Hell yeah. You're about to watch me do some sketchy shit. It's maybe not my favorite first impression to make. What is the capacity of this? Is this going to be high enough? Okay. Okay. It is high enough. Good grief. What am I working on today? I'm fixing up a footstool that was mostly made out of MDF, and it was just a pile of garbage. And we're remaking it out of poplar, and it had these. Let me go grab them right quick. So the way that it was constructed is it had the aprons. Here, show you on the table saw right quick. It had the aprons like this, and then a little cleat that sort of went in between like that, and then the leg would bolt into the cleat. So I'm remaking all this. This is all MDF. Originally it was all MDF. It's gross. I'm basically reusing or rebuilding everything but the legs. No worries, May. Have a good night. Get some rest. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. So what I'm trying to make right now are these cleats, and I need to have these at a 45. And then I also need to figure out how I'm going to drill that without a drill press. But I have a jig that I 3D printed. And we'll see how that works. We'll see. But in a minute, we'll be heading over to my my router table that I've got that I'm very, very excited to use. It'll be the first time I use it since I got the Rockler dustbin under there set up. Normally, dodgy shit. Woodworking, that would work actually probably. Yeah, I've got the Rockler dustbin does not normally fit on the correct table saw, so I had to make a little bracket to actually get it on there. All right. See if I.
It seems we have
see
a
if I can
new
get this work.
follower.
No, put this back over here. All right. Vacuum on. Replug in the saw. Okay. Here we go. The bot does not work. All right. I'm going to leave the vacuum going here. Yeah, it's still not working. Sorry. Well, so no bot does. The one down at the regular gaming computer is not working, right? And I have not been able to get it to work on Mac yet. I didn't really have time today to play with it as well, unfortunately. I have time to do a lot of things today. As is life. Oh, that sucks. You do know that I probably wish that I wasn't doing this thing. What it's worth. All right. Item number 2. My tool count is big enough, super tired. No worries. Get some rest. Thank you for the raid. You're very generous. I appreciate it. Thank you for trusting the community over here. All right, here we go. What's fun is with the blade up that high, it generates like wind towards me, and I wonder if the mic is hitting that, picking that up. Off to some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Yeah, why not? Oh man, I was just thinking that I was singing it before. Yeah, off to some sketchy shit. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever used these little clamps. This is actually for like a 90-degree, like messy clamp thing that they have for putting together cabinets. I never used this part of it. Time to look at better miter saws, huh? This one got pretty good. Okay. Here we go. All right, one more, and then we get to do the hard ones. This is not the kind of thing that I would normally do. You know, just trying to work with what I got. Piece of shit. Goddamn plant. Oh. I'm noisy, I'm sorry. More noisy in a second. What is it on? All right. I'm a trained professional. So, I'm trained. I don't know about professional. Not in this, but I'm trained. Okay. So now, the tricky part is this next one, you can measure. That, cut the vacuum real quick. I would love to get a proper dust collection too, actually. Rockler has one that is really quite quiet. Well, I talked about what I'd like to get. Realistically, I'd like to have one for each tool. Okay. Oh, whoops. I'm going to take the original ones, and I'm also going to take a look at the new one that they made. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So, just going to use the old one as a reference. You're in the way. Jeez. Wish I had a miter saw. You know what? I'm just going to mark it here. I'll probably be fine. Do it on the inside corner. Broken all kinds of tools. I don't have the top of this thing anymore. I broke a Allen wrench inside of this. Going great. Hey, Red Wolf, how you doing? And a torpedo level, nice. Oh yeah, no, DKB, I'm very familiar with him. Very familiar with him. Yeah, it's his whole damn business is just better dust collection for miter saws specifically. All right. So I've got like a half an inch. Let's do this. I'm going to use the other one to support this one. That's smart. Good job, me. I'm going to grab another one of these clamps. Yeah, okay, that's what we'll do. Okay. Actually, I can use that kind of as a, well, nah. You don't really want to use a 45-degree angle stop lock. That would be great. All right. Of all my tools, the one I use most at work is an old wire coat hanger. I don't know what tool I actually use most. That's amazing, though. All right. Don't need this to be super duper precise because it's going to have to come off pretty quick. Oh, a little more. A little more. All right, that should be about it there. That one here. These starting heating systems, plugged pressure ports on inducer motors. That's interesting. Okay. So I think that is about right. Okay, that'll actually work great. I mean, as great as it's going to be for its current operation. Okay, let's see how we do here. Put the backward blunks. All right, grab some more water. Also, there's sunlight is fading. Okay. All right, here we go, dude. Let's see how this goes for us. All right, coming back on. Now just slide in place. And another gauge. I think so. Look at these kind of stuff. And then, so here we go. Got my measurement pretty well spot on. Now, you know, I just remembered, I have to rip this too. That'll be much easier, but we still have to do it. All right, how we do? There we go. Awesome. Cool. Not that better than I thought it would. Same thing on these, and I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to reference the one I've already cut. something to see there. Another preference one. But saws like this don't seem to do that. If a dull blade will 100. But why do they sharpen? Because it cuts before it burns. So the kerf on the blade here, so like the actual cutting edges, these tips, is just a little teeny bit wider than the blade itself, this red part. It's just a little bit wider, right? So if it was the same, yeah, the teeth go just a little bit wider, like ever so slightly. Yeah. And when we're talking about a kerf, that's what these are actually cutting to, right? It's not just the thickness of a saw, it's the thickness of these cutting blades. Yep. That's a good question. But a dull blade will absolutely burn. Or if you have something like the wood getting shifted over, or even sometimes on a longer piece, there can be tension in the wood where maybe, hold on, when on a larger piece, where if it's something that maybe is air dried or whatever, that wood can actually have tension in it because certain sections of it may be dried faster or dried more than others. Maybe there's moisture here and not here. And what you can do is when you cut that, then you can release that tension, and a couple of things can happen. Number one, if you then have a piece, so say this is cut here, and that has tension, it can then clamp the blade, right? That can then cause that burning, which is why we have this riving knife right here. That's what this black thing here is called. It's called a riving knife. It's just a safety thing. It makes it so that a wood that can do that can then, it will then not hit the blade. It'll hit this before it hits the blade. There's one other thing that I was going to mention, and now I don't remember what. Problem make a horrible noise? It's not great. It's not great. Yeah, it'll burn. I've had something clamped so tight that it overtook the horsepower of the saw that I was using. Where you're like, uh-oh. Yeah, that was a hell of a thing too. Yeah. No, that's a good question. All right. And do that same thing here. I always wonder if Jaro sings a song when he's drinking. Wonder how well a 3D printed cyclone separator would work? Pretty good. Yep. Actually, I want to make a new one. This one is now pretty old and has taken a little bit of damage from like getting knocked on its side and stuff. Oh, 100% DKB, 100%. All right, let's do another cut. Let's turn on the vacuum. A little dust everywhere. It'll still blow dust, just not everywhere. All right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that's why it's starting. All right, here's your burn. Just a little bit. Can you see it on there? Yeah. Just a little bit on that corner. So a little burnt. All right. That was very scary. just don't have that. Maybe I had too far over. Ah, but, yeah. Oh, this is getting loose. Yeah, right on. This next one, I'm going to take a hard step to my left. My nose is running. Sure get more of a bite of the workpiece. I think that I just had it too far and too close to that miter. And that's why it failed there. Oh, what a mess. That's not good. It's becoming a lever. So, all right. Hey, welcome. How you doing? How many horses is that vacuum pull? 5. 5 peak horsepower. It's a little 4-gallon thing. Oh, man. Hold on. No, it's going to be worse even. Let's bring back these C-clamps. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now let's turn it around, stupid. Let's skip this song, actually. It's a very good song. Not something that I want to listen to at the moment. All right. You dick. It's that thing. It's that thing. think I already listened to this song, didn't I? Hold on. Gotta get my music. Spotify can't play this right now. Oh. Okay. That was goofy. Stream looking okay for everybody? There's nothing weird going on connectivity wise? Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. That's feeling a little better already. And the problem is that the backside of the clamp doesn't have that much to actually bite into. Man, that first one went so smoothly, I really had a lot of hope. Okay. All right. Here we go. More off of it. I did answer, yeah. It's a. I don't know if it was a serious question or not, but it is 5. All right. Now. After this is done, I'm never doing this again. Oh, boy. Just get a saw. Just get a miter saw. Ay, ay, ay. Ugh. Hold on, I can bring this closer to me. There we go. Whew. Nothing like doing some sketchy shit on the internet with your blade almost completely out. Okay. Oops. All right. 2 more. Oh, I marked the wrong side. Okay, well. Go, get that. Okay. No, so I mean the thing with shop vacs like that is that they're actually not great for dust collection. Because with dust collection, you want to move a lot of air instead of a little air quickly, which is what a shop vac does. Shop vac does a great job at moving air quickly, but it doesn't actually move that much air. So like the main difference between a dedicated dust collector and a shop vac. Now you can use a shop vac in a pinch, which is what I do, but it's not necessarily ideal. Oh, you piece of shit. Now I don't have enough throat on the C-clamp. Hey, we're gonna get there. I'm determined. Actually, looks pretty good right there, huh? That's not bad right there. Okay. Wish I had something that would go into the T-track that's on the back of this and wrap around. I don't think I have anything that does that. All right, I'm actually going to try this other C-clamp because it has just a little bit more throat to it, so it can get a little deeper in there. It does take a bunch of space. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. So Rockler makes a portable dust collector. It's like $350. That I've been eyeing up for quite some time. And it also has a what do you call it? Tool activated. So you can set it up so that it will turn on when you turn on your tool, like when you turn on the saw or when you turn on the router or whatever. Then it'll turn on, which is delightful. All right. Go order it. All right. We're getting right to the edge there. Boy, that's actually much more solid than these little dinky fuckers. Okay. But yeah, compromises and stuff, exactly. I mean, it'd be great if I had a dedicated wood shop, you know? Like, I don't know if everything that I do would necessitate that. Would I do it more if I had a dedicated wood shop? Probably. All right. Second to last. There we go. And that same thing where you got just a little bit of burn on there. There you go. Question answered. What a mess. Certainly got sketchy on it. Yeah, right. You give it exactly. Yeah. I would also like that. For you and for me, actually. I would love it. You have it. I'll also like it for myself. Have it. One more. Immediately this blade goes down. God, I hate making cuts with the blade up that high, man. Woo! Really glad I did that. Oh man, I really continue to do it. Good. Okay. Gross. Okay. Who needs a miter saw? Not me. Oh, like a monster fading into the ground. Yeah. All right. These little pieces are now kindling. Okay, so what only other thing that I really have to do potentially is I should maybe look at then ripping these down to width, and that's much less sketchy. I actually probably should have done that before I did this, but whatever. Not even probably. That's what I should have done, but I forgot about it. All right. Let's take these cleats and then also our leggies. Okay. So yeah, it's just going to be a little bit. I was actually thinking that I was going to have to take a jigsaw out of these, but I think I'll just do the whole dang thing on the router. Look what that's going to be. But I can rip these down ever so slightly. Yeah. That's. I'm just going to use this as a reference. Let me think. Do I want to do it like that, or do I want to do it like this? Like that. Okay. Nice. Got to take about 1/8 of an inch off. About 3 mil. For our metric friends. All right. Now we go back to the crosscut sled. And after that, then we get to move to the router table, which I'm very excited for. How's the lighting, by the way? So we are now just doing shop lights. Actually, I should probably close the doors at this point. Getting a little bit on the chilly side. Just a smidge. Yeah, temperature's about 54 now. Oh, lighting is fine? Great. All right. Take it. Okay. All right, so this will be a couple quick cuts. All right, that is the end of DK doing sketch kit. No more table saw. Ay. All right, so the problem with using the table saw sled is the dust collection doesn't really do as much. So let me do this real quick. Okay. I was getting ready to go bowling. Good luck. Okay. We are done with that. And now, like I said, I think now I get to move to the route. That's what I've been waiting for all day. Oops. Just took a chunk out of my table. A drink, man. Whew. Very dry. Okay, now that the car is fully up, I'm going to actually close both doors. All right, give me a second on that. All right, ma'am. Take all this crap. Put the fence back on the saw. Wish I had I have 4 of these brushes in here. I wish that I had like 3 more. Just want one at arm's length at all times. Don't be a weenie. No. All right. Get the router table plugged in. And then also move the dust collection over that way. Do about twice as many CFM as the most powerful ones that are readily available in Europe. That's fascinating. That's interesting. Come over here. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I got this too far against the wall. That actually makes me think that I should print a different adapter than what I have printed. Oh boy, so can get in there. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure that out. Okay. Ideally, what I'd also like to do, and I could maybe do it with this vacuum, or maybe the Rockler thing if I ever actually get it, is make that a whole cart so that the Cyclone is stacked on top of the vacuum. Oh. Is this a footstool for the team leading the NFC? I don't even understand how that joke works. How you doing, Mask? There's some laws here about vacuums. For example, home vacuums have a limit on power usage. They want manufacturers to make better vacuums instead of just having them have more power. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, we're going to move y'all over to the router table. Whee! Oh, we're not going to move stuff. See how well I can do. B-doop. What's B-doop? Is that the I'm running out of battery B-doop? I've been fortunate. Oh, it is 20%. Okay. One more B-doop, and then I have to plug it in. Or stop stream or whatever. Okay. So. Don't want a shop vac style vacuum for their in-home stuff? I mean, we just put it, it's more of a garage vacuum than like a house vacuum, but I understand what you mean. This is so moving. I kind of want to get closer. Hold on, move my secret case here. All right. See how that treats us. We're working on it, Spenzo. We're working on it. Oh, I'll tell you what, I inherited this one. My dad was a, sorry, I'm wiping my nose, was a hobby woodworker, much like myself, but for whatever the hell reason, decided to get a woodpecker router lift, man. I don't know why. I'll never understand. It is about as nice of a router lift as you can get. All right. Yeah, exactly. It also comes at a premium, which, like I was saying, like that's unlike my father to buy something quite so pricey. All right, but I'll show you real quick here how easy this shit is. I don't even need to get this out of the way, but I'm going to. Whoop, whoa, holy shit. Good job, Derek. I'm going to show how easy it is. Watch me lift up my whole water table. All right. Did he buy it? Yeah, no, he bought that after he retired. Like, it's a very strange thing that my dad got. Not normally his bag. Oops, I need to open this up and flip the switchy. So it's now off. All right, and then this is a thing that I actually 3D printed that has a magnet inside of it to be able to do this. Okay. Go. So this actually locks the bottom in place, and we get to go to the top. Okay. Get that? No. How do you insert magnets? So if you're for 3D prints, I wish that I was on my computer, I could show you. So you have a pause. Where you set it. Sometimes you can do it. For the longest time, before slicers had built-in pauses, what I would actually do is do a filament change, like put a filament change in the slice, and then it would like waste just a little bit of filament. But nowadays, you can directly put pauses in. You put the pause in. You can actually program what the printer then says, and you can just be like, all right, insert magnet now, or whatever. Put the magnet in, and then continue the print, and that's it. Nothing more complicated than that. It's just more a matter of designing it, right? So you have to figure out how many layers you need to have that magnet inset there. But now, this thing, you know, these two can live together. I'm very much a fan of magnets all over the place. All right. Speaking of just more stuff that I, would like eventually sometime. I think this is the wrong thing. It is. I would love an upcut and a downcut. But what kind of printer I have? I have several. The Bambu Lab X1C is my newest. And then I have a bunch of Prusa machines beyond that. All right. I'll work for this. Mark III's, nice. Yep, I've got a couple of them. Okay. There we go. And lock this back down and tighten it in. And that's it there. And then the great part, I need first have to get my piece here. Is then in setting my depth. That'll work. It is as easy as the exact opposite of what I did before. All right, about there, probably. That'll work, I think. Probably a little bit more. But then it also has a micro adjustment to it, and it's God, it's just so good. And the micro adjustment is this little guy right here. You have to unlock it. And just bring it down. And it's just so damn accurate. Let's say that that's probably good there. Okay, we're gonna put a round over on each corner here. Is this back as far as I can go? I think it is. That's right. So then this is another 3D printed item that I have. And then that's just to do my little round over. Just like that. Okay. So with that, let me engage the motor. Test it. It is working. Okay. Let's see how my new dust collection works. Not very well because of how high up this cut is. That's all right. But it is getting it from underneath and from up top here. But that is now then nicely around the wheel. Here we go. No, the thing that my dad used to do actually before he had kids was used to be a competitive sharpshooter, play pigeons and stuff. And shotgun shells are expensive. Alright, Lot of table section? Hold on, I gotta see that. Happen to see with all your figures? Hold on, I'm gonna take a look at that over the computer real quick, Spencer. So I'm pretty curious. I always like looking at other prints. What do you got? Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, especially when you're doing roundovers like that. When you're doing like templating. That's a good idea. Yeah, I could definitely make something for this specific instance, actually. Right on. I'm going to save that. Thank you. Cool. Appreciate it. All right, and now I'm not going to pause after this next one. We're just going to move right into all the remaining 3 corners. All right, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, if I got that a little closer, it'd be way better. I just wanted to be able to maneuver it a little more than I have. But that is then all that we're going to do rest on the top. I might actually take these corners down. What I'm looking at. I could do that. I might do that. The start stop seems tricky? Yeah, I mean it's another like knee operated one, right? So it's kind of the thing here. But it can also, this is a thing that can be put in place anyway. It's usable. Oh, on the roundover? Oh yeah. Like when I'm doing it, I tend to sort of approach it this way and then come around. And I definitely could have it. I should have maybe had it. Fair enough. Oh shit. Meow. I don't know why it does that. It's the first time. It's the first time today. Go on, I believe in you. Yep. No, since I'm using my phone for the camera, it's now doing a bit. All right, come on. Sorry, y'all. It just thinks I'm not safe for work, right? Boy, it's not resetting like it normally does. Mm-hmm. All right. Dude, I'm okay. Normally this resets so much faster. Like it's done that before. Like last stream we had it happen like 3 or 4 times. It was obnoxious. Why don't you see if I can do it this way? Hold on, go over to the computer. Sorry, guys. Blurring out my wood to tease the OnlyFans. Obviously, Nimble, how you doing? Welcome on in. This might be about to get very weird. Nope, did nothing. Oh. Okay, and now back to this. Hey, you're right. That was obnoxious. I gotta figure out a faster way to do that. Okay. So we got the round overs that way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna round over these corners just because they don't need to be sharp. You know, makes sense. Just take them down. I could maybe sand them down. All right. So we're here for now. All right. Disengage this. I'm gonna suck up some of the dust on this. Overload the hell out of it. Really with the whole thing. Yeah, this is definitely an instance where if I had like a dedicated dust collector rather than trap back, you can get that in there. Okay, I'm a little nonplussed by the fence one. Yeah, well, say what, Spenzo, I originally had noise canceling on, but then it fucked with things so much that it ended up being like super not worth it. All right. Yeah, no, well, what I do have is a bunch of compression, like it's like a tiered compression, where when I do have a machine running, it doesn't overload the mic, and that's been working actually really well. So it's like it sounds like a, you know, like a tool, like a saw going off instead of destroying the microphone, because it's very loud. Okay. Man, I skipped this song earlier. I would like to skip it again. That's what happens when you have random on, I guess. Boom. Ludo rotary figure destroyer. What? Oh, look, is that what you're saying? I was like, what do you mean loot? There we go. Whoop, oh no. Stuck in the collet, there we go. All right, now I want to do the tiniest round over. That's a pretty tiny round over. Do I have any smaller? I don't even know. Not there. I'm gonna label these. Is that smaller than this one? I think it's the same. I'm gonna use the Freud one instead of the Performax. I don't know what's yellow. Is that Menard's brand? Okay. Yep, just use that same plate. That's convenient. We're all a hot mess tonight. I tell you what, we did some sketchy ass operations earlier. Oh boy. And then I broke my miter gauge. Well, kinda. I might be able to fix it yet, but. Dodgy shit. What did I do? I just had a pretty dodgy cut on the table saw earlier. That's all. Why is this not going? Hello? There it is. Okay, so let's get a scrappy sample. Yeah, this one has all kinds of shit in it. So, oh, minis. One of my least favorite things to do when it comes to routers is accidentally, when you're using a round over bit, have that little shelf. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. I hate that. I can send your local non-emergency number. First off, rude. Second off, it was mostly fine until that one clamp fell off. That one was a little rough. This is just me getting everyone ready for Critical Role. Did the front fall off? No. Don't worry about it. All right, that should be perfect right there, but we'll give it a test. Yeah, Nimble, I still have not yet started season 4, man. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. All right. as per recommendation, we are going to bring this closer so that it does more than nothing. But because I'm not doing a template, I'm just doing a round over. This will be a little easier. Lock it down. Okay. And motor. Test it. Works. Okay. Let's see how this does for us. That's perfect. That'll work great. So what I could, or maybe should do here, is actually line up the fence more appropriately. Well, the problem is that I want to do those corners too. So they're rounded, which makes it a little more complicated. And with this fence. All right. Work. Check. All right. Let's do some roundovers. Have a good night, everything. Thank you for hanging out. And Toaster, how you doing, brother? Man, it didn't get really round over, did it? Did it? Interesting. The long edges are fine, but these ones are not? Question mark. That again, I guess. All right, going back in. I don't know how much you guys can hear me with everything running, particularly once it's actually hitting the wood. I'm good. You can hear me fine? Man, that's crazy. All right. So these here are stock guides, and they're wheels that are canted at about, like, I think it's a 5 to 10 degree angle. So it's pushing the wood up against the fence and this way, which is exactly what I want to be doing anyway, right? And that'll just hopefully help me keep that wood against the runner bit. Yeah, well, I guess no, this is better. Yeah, but these are not really rounded over at all. All right, figure it out. Yeah, here we go. Maybe I'll do a more around maybe? Yeah, that's the problem. It's hard to do round over on. Yeah, snaps, guides, anything you can use, really, right? No, I've said it before. The router is the most dangerous tool in the shop, man. People know to respect a table saw. I don't know if they know to respect the router. At least they have. Yeah, I'm going to put a bit bigger round over on it. I thought just a little baby round over was going to be fine. I think I want just a little bit more on it. That's good. All right, well, now I got to reset the whole dang thing. All right, so I've got that. That one's probably a little aggressive, but it is quad cut. That's nice. That one does not have. Round over. There's those crappy yellow bits my dad has. Or had. I guess I have now. Yeah, so. So is that the same profile? is this one. I think this one's a little smaller. But I might just use this one because it's a better blade. Use my Freud ones. Uh-oh. That is the 10% battery on the phone notification. Which means I either have to plug my phone in or we have to be done soon. So, you have to figure it out. Disengage the battery. Yeah, right, Martin? I just realized it's already 6 o'clock. I'm over here being like, man, why am I hungry? Yeah, I went very quickly through the last 10%. Actually, it might be even be the 5%. If I think about it. Because it did beep as I was doing with the router, right? So that might have been the 5%. So I almost should say goodbye now. Got more that I want to do tonight. I don't know if I should save the rest of this for on stream or if I should finish it tonight. What do you think? Should I save the rest of all this operation for on stream or should I just do it? Oh, really, DKB? That's awesome. Hopefully it works. Hey, C-Kraken, how you doing, dude? Come on. Now. These quad cut bits, or quadra cut, or whatever Freud calls them. Oof, man. I wish I had white side bits, but I would. If not that, I wish I had more of these. All right, this one might need a new throat. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that many. I do have the big one coming up, by the way. I can announce that now. So Martin is actually having me do a cabinet for him, which will be awesome. That one will be worked on Monday, hopefully starting much earlier than today happened. But I'm very much excited for that one. But I could stream in the afternoon tomorrow, maybe. Maybe. Oops. Right about there. Got it so much fast. Yeah, we've got Dagger out tomorrow. Yeah. Maybe I do that. Maybe I start tomorrow afternoon, end at like 7. Give myself some time to eat and then get ready for Dagger Heart. Maybe. Actually, I'll line this up a little bit better than I did this last one. All right. I don't know how I feel about the fence on this thing. I think the fence could be better. Love the rotor lift, though. Woodpecker's rotor lift? Hot damn, man. Choo. All right. Let's give this one a try. Gotta re-engage. Push block. Yeah, the cut's so smooth. Woo. Yeah. And what's crazy about that, this was MDF, almost no dust, really. That is wild to me, man. Gosh. All right. Okay. 3D printed push block, by the way. Yeah, okay. Let's do, will probably be the final operation. The camera might go as I do this, so we'll see. All right, y'all, here we go. It already did? Oh, no. Yep. Yep, well, there it did. Oh, no. I was hoping to do this right quick. I'm going to do this cut right quick because I just got it set up. But I think that's where I'm going to end stream because I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm just going to end on the camera freeze. I'm sorry that I didn't get started earlier. I did want to get started like 2 hours earlier than I did. There's a fair amount of stuff that I still want to do. I kind of want to do it on stream. So we'll see. Yeah, man. Okay. Who are we ready to talk to? Anybody live? Yeah, absolutely, Matt Teacher. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Yeah, my niece. Oh, yeah, man. The second time in a week that the fire alarm's gone off. Okay, come on now. You're behind an Irish pub. Let's see who is live. Is there anybody else doing woodworking stuff? Oh, shut up, me. Not that I can see. Let's see. Thank you guys, everyone that's popped in for all the new follows and all that, man. I appreciate y'all. Oops, shut up, me, goddamn. Oh, Baggio's on. Well, nobody tell me Baggio's on. Let's go say hi to Baggio. I haven't talked to him in a minute, actually. All right. Red Garbaggio, please. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you a ton. Next stream like this will, at the latest, be on Monday. And then I'll have a lot of stuff to do. I'll have to really figure out what I want to do for camera work with that one. Oh, yeah. Have a good night. I'll see you later. Bye.